All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. All sports, all plays. 365, we making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. In the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, they work in your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.
All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz. There we go. That way, we're not hearing Pat McAfee in the background here. But
what a time to be alive. We love some Pat McAfee.
Oh, you ever watch that Pat McAfee show?
I've seen it a couple of times. I wouldn't say I'm like a religious watcher, but I've seen it a couple.
Before I started doing all the shows I'm doing, I watched it almost every day. But it's funny. He's funnier than hell. But anyway, welcome to the ASAP Afternoon Blitz here on Tuesday, September 27th. Joined by Jay McLovin. I'm Chris Gonzalez. How's it going, Jay?
Hey, it's good. Cowboys got another win, even though it was against the Giants. I'm not going to be stingy. I'm going to take my win and run with it. We'll see where we go from here. But how about Cooper damn Rush? I mean, damn, he's got what, four wins with the Cowboys. He hasn't lost yet in any of his starts. So, Jerry, I don't care what Mike says. As long as Cooper Rush is winning, when Dak comes back, if he has not lost yet, and you pull him out and put Dak's ass in there, I'm personally going to come to Dallas. I'm going to come to your office. I'm going to come to your and I'm going to take a poo right out in front of your door, and I'm going to spell Cooper Rush's name in the poo.
There's talk that they might start Dak Prescott next week.
You know, I got to be honest with you. I don't see the point of rushing him back.
I don't either.
I don't.
We were talking about that on the morning show. You rush him back and get him re-hurt, and then you're going from quarterback to quarterback. It's hard for a team to get in a rhythm that way. I think especially if Cooper Rush can keep winning some games, let that get fully healthy. Why rush him back? You're 2-0 without him right now. Let that hand get fully healed, then come back. But you know what it is? Dak wants to come back because he don't want Rush to keep winning games and him standing on the sideline. Yeah, because
he's had a PTSD to what happened to Romo when
he say how he get his starting job. Quarterback got hurt, and he came in and started winning games.
Look, Cooper Rush is 3-0. Since 2020, when Elliott and Pollard get 10 rushes apiece, they're 8-0. So that kind of tells you the formula of Cooper Rush is leading the offense and being productive. And when you run the ball and you give them the shares, they're 8-0. And I mean, come on. How are you gonna disregard that? And let's be honest, they don't even have Gallup right now. They don't even have Schultz.
Yeah.
They won with a receiver called Noah freaking Brown, the rookie that came out of nowhere, and he's playing some pretty damn good football.
Hey, CD Lamb made some plays last night after he blew it wide open at the beginning.
I'll tell you what, he
made some plays.
Did you see the one-handed?
I was going to say that left-handed catch he made for that touchdown. Touchdown, that was nice.
Bro,
it made up for that one he dropped where there wasn't nobody 20 rounds or 20 yards from him.
Right. You know, hey,
And
if
he
you
just
drop
started
a ball, you better make an outstanding
yeah,
play coming
and he
back.
just kind of started laughing because he's like, dude, I catch that 99 out of 100 times. What the hell happened?
Right. Well, if that's what happened, he caught it 99 times, and that was the 100th time. It is what it is. And you know what, though? But
I'll
I'm
tell you
not
what, that
mad at
was
him. You know
hey,
what? I'm not mad.
that
You
was
know
a
what?
good
I'm mad. Bro, if you watch that game, Dallas has always been known for penalties, man. I mean, seriously, we have been known for penalties have killed us more times than not. I think we saw that when Dallas played against the 49ers in the playoffs, where they had like 16 penalties or 10, whatever it was, in that first half and could never get a rhythm. So the penalties have killed Dallas more than anything else. And I will tell you this. When you watch that football game, Dallas didn't commit a whole lot of penalties. And the penalties they did commit was from the rookie out of Tulsa, Tyler Smith. I think he had 2 false starts because he moved. But and again, he'll get better at that. He's a rookie. He's getting his feet wet. But you know what? I'll take that. I'll take it.
Oh yeah, man. And I'll tell you what, a lot of people wasn't real excited about that matchup last night when they're like going into it. But I'll tell you what, it was a fun football game to watch. It was a good football game.
Absolutely.
It
Absolutely.
I mean, you really didn't know who was going to win going down there toward at the beginning of the fourth quarter, and Dallas kind of started to take over there in the fourth quarter. But it was a good game.
You know what interests me the
good.
most. You know what interests me the most is look, the 3 defensive ends that went in last year's draft was Hutchinson, Thibodeau, and Walker. And out of those 3, Hutchinson obviously was the right choice to take it number 1 because he's having predominantly the best season rookie campaign out of all 3 of those guys. I will tell you this: if you looked at Kayvon Thibodeau against the Dallas Cowboys, you didn't hear his name a whole hell of a lot. I don't ever heard his name at all. So that just kind of tells me that I don't think Thibodeau was the right guy, even though he is an intelligent guy. They definitely got it right, pushing Kayvon down to the Giants. And I don't know. I don't know if it's just his rookie year and he's just nervous or not, but he's just not producing for as high as or as talented as he was coming into that draft out of Oregon.
I'll tell you somebody that's looked good so far. He plays for the Giants, so that's Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley has been running the hell out of the ball so far this year, man, making some plays. It's nice to see him out there healthy and finally getting to show what he can do.
Well, yeah, again, Saquon, I don't know what happened. Maybe he found the fountain of youth to repair that damaged up body of his. But
think about this, Jay. When you get an Achilles injury or an ACL injury like that, a lot of people say it takes 2 years to come back from that. This is that second year off that surgery. So I mean, that could really be a big part of it. He's finally feeling probably healthier than he has in a long time. And then you're fired up because you want to go out there and you've heard all these people say you're a bust and you can't stay. You know what I mean? You want to go out there and try to prove people wrong as well. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job of
it. Yeah, exactly. But I don't know, man. With Saquon, I gotta see him get to the end of the season because every time he goes on the foot, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I have nerves for that guy every time he goes out. I'm still kind of in that mode of like, is this the game? Is this the game? Is this the game? Like I can't quite put 100% confidence into him because I'm waiting for that. Because when he came into the league, he was hurt, and then he got hurt his first year. It seems like every year he kept getting hurt. Like I get the whole second year thing, I get that, but it was just like he still kept injuring every year, and I just we're what maybe we're getting ready to go into week 4 in the NFL. So far, he's doing well. So if he can make it to the end of the year without getting injured, then I will definitely be more at ease, especially from a fantasy drafting standpoint. You know what I'm saying? I mean, from a fantasy drafting standpoint, that's why I didn't take him because I just was scared he was going to get hurt and I'd be left high and dry. Needless to I say, I finally got a good week out of Derek freaking Henry.
I have a Saquon in one of my fantasy leagues. I had a good week. I had a good weekend in fantasy football. I'm in 4 leagues and I went 3-1.
Hell yeah! This week. Right now, hey, listen, man. I'm doing so bad right now. I don't even go outside my apartment unless it's nighttime and I got a dark hoodie with, where the people can't see me because I don't want people to know that I'm 0-3 right now and tied with Damon. So
I want to. I want to get in this week in the unscripted league. So I'm 2-1.
Yeah.
Only league I
nice.
lost. Only league I lost in was in the ASAP league.
Oh, did you lose the ASAP league?
Yeah, but then dude, I was down like 20 points in my league I'm in with my dad and my son and then some other family members and a couple friends. And I was down by like 20. And CD Lamb going off last. I had CD Lamb and I had the Giants kicker Gano. Gano scored me like 14, and then CD Lamb had like 20. I came back and won. I was projected to lose going into that game last night. What's going on, Rob? How you doing, brother?
What's happening, brothers? How you doing? Look at Chris with that face.
Hey, man. I just thought it was time to make a change.
I see you, man. You looking like you ready for the big screen now.
Hey, that's how we roll.
Hey,
no,
nice. Still got cash.
Hey, he said I'm newly bachelorized. I'm gonna shave my stuff down. I'm gonna go pick me up a woman.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that either.
Nothing wrong with that, no son.
Hey, listen, real quick, Rob. We were kind of talking about the Monday night football game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants.
Oh, Jay, how about them Cowboys?
Hey, how about them boys? How about them boys? Hey, by the way, G report. Yeah, Cooper Rush. You know what? Again, and Rob, I don't know what your thought process is on this, but Mike McCarthy has come out and said Dak is going to be the starter when he comes back. Cooper Rush is 3-0 right now, undefeated as a starter with the Cowboys. He came off, his second win with the Cowboys this season. And they're getting ready to play. I think either they got Washington or Philadelphia. They got another NFC East opponent, I believe, next week. But again, why are they going to try to bring him back when Cooper Rush is winning games, number one? And number two, because you're rushing the injury if you're not careful. But number two, why break the momentum? If Cooper's getting wins, why are we gonna go away from that?
Well, first of all, you paid Dak $75 million last year. They're going to answer to your first question. That man is going to play. And honestly, I get it. It's Cooper mania going on right now. Everybody's excited about Cooper. I was the trendsetter yesterday and said that the Dallas Cowboys is going to beat the Giants. And then my boy Mike Hughes followed right behind me for that Chicago love, baby. But I said it. I said, what? The Cowboys are playing good right now. That defense is good. That defense is actually great, honestly. And that boy, DeMarcus Lawrence, man, I mean, D-Law was he was on them all night.
So D-Law had 3 sacks.
Yes,
Armstrong had 1. I believe Parsons had either 1 or 2. I can't remember. But they had a total of 5 sacks in the game. So do the math on that. They also had 2 interceptions. So we know Dallas's defense did well. The question I was telling Gonzo about was, the 3 defensive ends that went in the draft. Hutchinson, as we know, is playing lights out. Clearly the number 1 choice was done correctly by Detroit. And then you got Walker, who's, doing not too bad. But then I look at Kayvon Thibodeau, and like last night against Dallas on a backup quarterback, he only gets 1 tackle and 1 pass deflection, and that's it. Is it now time maybe to look at Kayvon Thibodeau and be like, there was a little hype around him, but maybe he's just not all that? I mean, what do we think about Kayvon at this point?
What do you think about him? You the Cowboys fan.
Hey, I look at Kayvon Thibodeau, and there was a lot of damn hype around him to the point where he at one point was supposed to be the number 1 pick in the draft, and then he kind of lost that momentum, and Hutchinson came up and snagged it from him. And at this point, I'm telling you, man, they got it right. I think Thibodeau is going to be, I don't want to say a bust, but I don't think he's going to be all that effective in the league, at least not from what I've seen so far. If he was going to be anything great, last night would have been the perfect opportunity because Dallas's offensive line is a patch together at best. At best. Then they got a backup, quarterback. They got their main tight end out. That would have been the perfect time for him to showcase his talents, and he could not get the job done.
Well, I think the thing was Dallas was able to get off on that running game. And that kind of
I understand
that neutralizes.
I mean,
but they didn't really pass. That's my whole thing with the Cooper Rush thing. Like they didn't really like. You look at Cooper Rush was 21 to 31 for 215 yards and 1 touchdown. He didn't really kill you from the air. Like I mean, any other quarterback would have got those numbers. We would have been like, he had an okay game. Cooper Rush has this game, and it's like, oh my God, Cooper Rush is the end all be all. He's not. I still think Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Cooper Rush. I just think right now, Cooper Rush came in at a time where they just need a shot of adrenaline in the arm. I think it's going to give Dak a shot of adrenaline in his arm, and he's going to come back and play better. I mean, we know what Dak is capable of. And regardless of what we see right now, Cooper Rush is not going to take you to the promised land. He's not.
Well, I think the hoopla is when Dak went down. I ain't gonna lie to you, man. Look, I really thought that was it, man, honestly. And I think the fact that Cooper comes in, he picks the reins back up. He gets the win against the Bengals. He gets the win against the Giants. He's not turning the ball over. He's making good, solid game management plays. What I'm saying is the fact that he's doing as well as he's doing, when a lot of people were going to write the Cowboys off as, they're going to be 0-6 by the time Dak gets back. That's where that's where it comes from. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. I get you, and you know what? I can agree with you as far as he's been a good game manager. He hasn't turned the ball over, but I'm not going to sit here and also in the same breath say he's been this offensive juggernaut or he's the reason why Cowboys are winning these games. No, it's their defense. Their defense hasn't let anybody score. What? They haven't let anybody score over 20 points. Like, that's saying something. They stopped the Buccaneers. They stopped the Bengals.
Oh, absolutely.
They stopped
the Giants. And that's what I was telling. That's what I was saying to Gonzo was that their defense is playing on a damn elite level. It's just the offense has not been able to generate as many points to keep up. You know what I mean? But I tell you this: next week they get Washington. The week after that they got the Rams. And I'll be honest with you. At this point in time, as long if I would love to see Cooper Rush play against the Rams. And I say that because I would really like to see if he comes out and beats the Rams. If that was to happen, what do we then say about Cooper Rush? If he beats the Redskins and he beats the Rams, then what are we saying about Cooper? Are we still saying he's whatever type person?
Yes.
Here's
because are you going to pay Cooper Rush $75 million even if he beats the Rams? Are you looking at the end of the year and saying Cooper Rush is my number one guy? See, as a Bears fan, I've been through this. I've watched average quarterbacks be able to win games because of a superb defense. You remember Kyle Orton? You remember Rex Grossman? Do you not remember these guys? These were the guys.
I remember those
games.
guys.
The Kyle Orton almost took the bit. Remember, Rex Grossman didn't come back to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Kyle Orton took that team to the playoffs and led them to the Super. Kyle freaking Orton. You know why he did it? Because he had Brian freaking Urlacher as the captain of that defense. He had Lance freaking Briggs as the number 2 on that defense. When you have a great defense,
Who they played that Super Bowl?
Hey, they played the Colts and we got smacked up.
Hey, Rob. Here's 2 things for you to consider. Number 1, Trent Dilfer got a ring.
With the Ravens, right?
Got a ring. And these weren't flashy guys. These were probably, very much Cooper Rush type guys. I will say this.
Joe Flacco now?
Hey, it don't matter. He got a ring, didn't he?
He got a ring.
Hey, he get a ring? No. Hey, he get a ring?
He gonna win a ring with no damn.
But this has, he get a ring?
He got a ring.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if he got the ring or not.
He went.
Okay, I'm asking for a friend. I'm just asking for a friend. Yeah. Hey, look. Well, let me ask you this question. Aaron Rodgers, how many rings he got?
He got 1.
Oh, okay. And Flacco has how many?
He got 1.
Oh, okay. So what are we talking about?
Hey, come on.
I'm just asking. Hey, for a friend, what are we talking about?
Look, I can't believe I'm about to do this. Did you really just put Joe Flacco and Aaron Rodgers in the same thing?
Yeah, no.
Hey, I'm in pride mode right now. Leave me alone.
No. Sometimes that just, in the words of Mike Tyson, you guys are just ludicrous.
Hey, listen. Hey, you know what they say, man. Nobody cares how good you are in the regular season. All we care about is how many rings you give us. You give us one ring, okay?
But no, honestly,
that's really my point. I'm not saying by any means that Flacco is a better quarterback than Rodgers. What I'm saying is that the end result is when they both retire, they still got only one damn ring apiece. It is what it is.
Facts.
Yeah.
But let me ask you this. When Tom, Edward, Patrick,
I'm gonna
Brady,
let you get in, Chris. I got you, Gonzo.
Hey,
let Gonzo get in, Jay.
Hey, hold on. I got one last thing. I had 2 points. And listen, I will take Gonzo in the ring on that cane of his any day of the week, and we will body slap, okay? Because he ain't got the beard no more, so I'm not afraid of his ass. He look. Matter of fact, I might call his ass Babyface too, because Logan Landers is Babyface. But hold on. Let me just say this. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady comes into the league for Drew Bledsoe.
Put some respect.
We don't know a whole hell of a lot about him because we know that he got drafted like 199 and he had a horrible freaking combine. So you got to give somebody an opportunity to prove what they can do. And to just say that Rush can't do it when you haven't seen enough to Rush to really know it, just like you didn't see enough from Brady to really know it.
It's
kind of cutting him off a little short.
But Cooper Rush got cut.
Jay,
Remember,
are you confident?
To the scene. Go ahead,
are you confident? Are you confident that they could that confident in Cooper Rush that you would replace him or replace Dak Prescott? A healthy Dak Prescott?
Let's see. Hold on, no, that's a good question. Let me think about that for a minute. Okay, so Romo got me one round in the playoffs. Let me think. Hold on a second, and then Dak Prescott, he got me one round in the playoffs. We ain't got so much fun. You know what? I'm gonna ride the Cooper Rush train just to see if he can get to round 2. Because we ain't got past round 1 with Dak Prescott as of yet. So you know what? Yeah, let me go on ahead and ride this train. You know why? Because it's been 25 freaking years since I got a ring. So I'm gonna give another son of a bitch as long as he's winning games. Hey, I'm gonna stick with his ass.
You know what,
here's
Jay?
my thoughts on Cooper Rush.
Spoken like a typical Cowboys fan.
No, it's not even
it's not about
Cowboys
confidence.
Fan.
You're just a Cowboys
fan. It's not even like a typical Cowboys fan. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Hey, look. At this point, and you got to ride the hot hand.
Here's my thoughts on Cooper Rush.
Lord Jesus.
And I said it on the morning.
And by the way, I'm not a typical Cowboys fan because I done said already that I don't expect to go to the Super Bowl. So let's just get that out the way right now.
But no,
okay, just so we understand each other.
My thoughts on Cooper Rush, and I said it earlier on the morning show, is I think why he's doing by winning these games is now when Prescott comes back, he's going to go back to being the backup. But if you remember, the Cowboys had cut him, so now other teams are going to look at him to come in and be a backup. So he's kind of solidifying himself where he's going to get some more opportunities.
Thank you, Gonzo. That's what I'm saying. Because he's saying that nobody gave Cooper Rush time. He got cut, bro. He wasn't even
I understand he got cut, but it's also Mike freaking.
So why did he get cut? Because he's not that good. From what you've seen,
Mike McCarthy just isn't that good.
From what you've seen on these games that's played, I'm sorry. Yes, he's winning, so he's gonna get credit for that. But you guys are literally saying Cooper Rush won these games. Where is this coming from? Cooper Rush.
No. I don't know. I don't know where maybe you got that information. Maybe something got in your ear or something. Maybe you want to check your background. I don't know. Maybe you punched the eardrum when you were cleaning. I don't know. But you're not hearing what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. I'm saying as long as the Cowboys as a team is winning and Cooper Rush isn't turning the ball over and he's getting his receivers involved, why would you change that? Because what happens if? Okay, let's say what happens if you take Cooper Rush out, you insert Dak Prescott, he don't get you the win first time out. What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Oh, y'all gonna riot in Dallas.
Yes.
Y'all gonna riot in Dallas.
I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? Like, what? Look,
the only good thing I can say about Cooper Rush, I'm gonna give him some credit. He knows how to use CeeDee Lamb. And I don't think that
and you do have to give
with CD.
And we do have to give Rush some credit in the fourth quarter. He has made a couple big plays.
He's been a great game manager. Yeah, I think so.
He's made some big plays, like completed a couple of fourth downs and kept drives going. in critical moments. So he has came up big in some tight moments. I will give him some credit.
Hey, Greg, I agree. It's nothing like seeing the Cowboys fans' dream get crushed. And that's what's happening right now. Cowboys fans knew coming into this season they had no hope. And then Cooper Rush comes along, and now every Cowboy fan chest is all swelled up. How about the Cowboys? You know what I'm saying?
Well, first of all,
I know
before you start putting words into Cowboys fans' mouths, we've already said that we expect the Eagles to win the division.
No, Jay, you said not Cowboys fans. It's Cowboys fans right now that think that you guys are still going to win the Super Bowl. It's Cowboy fans right now that are comparing the regular season to the damn Madden simulated season that the Cowboys won in virtual reality video gaming. Yes, there's still Cowboy fans out right now that think the Cowboys are going to win it all. So, yeah, Jay, you might be reasonable as a Cowboys fan, but most Cowboy fans are not reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, man. Hey, I'm not gonna hate on a fan base that just loves their team. They love their team.
I'm not mad at them. I'm not mad at them.
You know what?
Hey, I'm not mad at them.
I mean, we're not like
the
typical Chicago. Hey, we're not like the typical Chicago fan base that when our team.
I know how it is.
Hey, we're not like the typical Chicago fan base that when our team's not doing well, we take off our Bulls cap and throw on a Golden State hat. I mean, and the fact that they get the of course the ring, but hey, listen. So we got some loyalty. Hey, look, there's some loyalty in Dallas. You can't fault him for loyalty. I mean, right now, if he turned his hat backwards, it's probably got like Chiefs or something on the back.
Got Tom Brady on the back. Got Tom Brady on the back.
He said he runs Bears in the front and Buccaneers in the back.
See, when it comes to Chicago, teams, I like the team because this is my city. But when it comes to everybody else, I just like the player. So if the player wins, I'm okay with that. I'm a fan of Tom Brady. I'm a fan of Steph Curry. I'm not going to let you guys make me feel bad for liking greatness. Just not.
I'll tell you what, man.
You know what? And I would believe that. I would totally believe that. If, let's say, for example, the Bears don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I would totally be okay with you if you came out with a hat that just said Brady on it and not Buccaneers. Just say Brady or say Curry. Because then they'll be like, you know what? He's not a fan of Golden State. He a fan of Curry. Or he a fan of. So to back your claim up,
I wear Houston Rockets hat if it go well with my shoes.
Just has the player's name on it, so we can take you serious.
If it matches your outfit,
hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, Jake. When it come to hats, it ain't about the team. It's about how that thing look. I got a white and blue Lakers hat. I love that hat. So when I want to pull out my Nipsey blue, you know what I'm saying?
See, I don't know how y'all do that. I don't, because look, this is okay. Look, watch this. This is how I know a fan from a fashion.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Hey, no, I gotta correct something here. Because you said y'all. All my hats are the teams I root for. All my hats are red.
That's how I know Rob. Okay, Rob. That's how I know Rob is a fashionista, not a fan. And I'm gonna tell you why. For a real fan who loves their team so much. Okay, for example, I got a Cowboys hat. I can't go put on a Giants hat because I like the blue and the white, or whatever the case may be. I feel guilty inside. I feel like the worst piece of shit ever if I got something on my head other than what my team really is. But again,
you would never ever see me put on a Packers hat, bro. I don't care how I like the colors.
No. But what I'm saying is, well, I don't know, man. Listen, we don't always see everything. So we can you fine.
Just like you would never see me wear a New England hat.
Yeah,
you can't wear your rival's hat.
This is non-Packer territory right here. Bro.
But what you do, it's like with Colts hat, you can get them in about any color you want anymore. So if you want different colors,
no, don't tell Rob that because Rob knows that. We all know that. That's why I'm calling Rob out right now.
I'm from the south side. I'm from the south side, but I'll wear a Cubs hat. I like the way the colors look.
Okay, you stick with that. You stick with that.
I know you don't watch a lot of baseball, but I don't like the Cubs at all because they're a rival. But if you have to root for the Cubs or the White Sox, I think you made the right choice with the Cubs.
I don't root for the Cubs.
No, I'm saying
if
you become a baseball fan.
Yeah, I know. If I become a baseball fan, I'm rooting for the South Side. I'm Sox all day, baby.
I can't stand the Cubs because they're one of the Reds' big rivals.
But yeah,
what a time to be alive.
Hey, Jay sound like he's sports game banging. You know what I'm saying?
Jay
talking about, so don't be putting on them colors.
Before we move,
I can't wear this hat in California because I might get shot. Unless I had a blue bandana in the back pocket that I could just switch real quick. You know what I mean?
You can't even say blue bandana because you go somewhere. You got that blue on, you might get in trouble.
Hey, listen, hold on. I'm gonna tell you what Jay would look like going down South Central. Jay be sporting his Rockets red. He be walking down there. Hey, motherfucker! Are you a blood? I don't know. You a Crip? If so, I got a bandana. Hold on a minute.
Jay, you something wrong with you. I swear to God, bro. There's something wrong with you. Hey, before we move on, man, I just started watching Tyson on Hulu. Y'all should check it out.
Y'all want to watch that?
If you haven't checked it out, dude is a good actor.
What is
Tyson? You know, Tyson has a series now on Hulu.
Mike Tyson is?
Yeah, and it's nice. It's nice.
I haven't watched it yet.
Episode 3. I just started today. I just got done watching the Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix. Wow. But
yeah, that's crazy. I heard.
Yeah, I got a new series now watching Tyson. So I just started today.
There's a Jeffrey Dahmer thing on Netflix?
Yeah, a Jeffrey Dahmer miniseries on Netflix. Yeah.
Oh, I bet that's crazy.
Oh, it's kind of like the one they done about on William Gacy as well.
Yeah, the Gacy dude, the clown dude.
Is it entitled Jeffrey Dahmer? Like if I go on Netflix,
entitled
look at Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, if you go on Netflix right now, it'll probably pop up as because it's trending. It's a trending. Okay. It's one of their new shows.
Yeah, just Dahmer.
Yeah, just called.
And then
Dahmer.
What's it? Oh, it's just called Dahmer.
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy. That's his name, right?
Yeah, John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah.
Oh.
They have one on
so
him.
I just Googled.
I'll tell you what, I watched that one. That's some crazy.
Hey,
shit.
Both of them dudes is crack, bro. You know, I don't even to think about. It's people out here that's like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy as hell. And then the thing be, you be living next door to these people, like, bro. The whole time I say good morning, dude, every morning. And he got like
sit on the
50
porch,
bodies in the basement, bro.
Sit on the porch and drink coffee with the dude.
He probably just got done killing somebody. He out here having a smoke.
Hey, he be like, hey, you want some pot roast? hey, I got a fresh batch of pot roast on the stove. You want
it's funny. In the show, he offers his neighbor some food. It's hilarious.
But
that's all I'm gonna say.
Before we move on, I do have to give Jay some credit. He did call the Dolphins over the Bills. And I told him if the Bills won, I would give him his credit. So I will, because I live up to my little bargain. But what about them Colts? Because I called that game.
How about them Colts?
2017. That was the score I gave out on Red Kingdom on Saturday.
Oh, Lord Jesus, is Greg still around?
Yeah, that was the score I gave out. Our final predictions. I said Colts 2017.
You know what the crazy thing about that is on Unscripted before I think it was Thursday's show, I believe that I told Pride, I said, hey man, you got the Colts, right? He's like, no, man, I had the Chiefs. You know I got the Chiefs. I said, no, I think you got the Colts as a winner. I said, no, man, I got the Chiefs. I said, okay, because I thought that was kind of weird you would choose the Colts. And then lo and behold, the Colts win. Man, what a time to be alive.
Well, Jay, remember
what a time to be alive.
You gave him a hard time. You and Frankie in our Pick'em challenge. And you gave Pride a hard time for picking the Chiefs. You like, dude, that's an easy W. You need to pick something hard. And guess what? The coach said, who an easy W?
Said, we ain't no easy W.
He said, who an easy W? Mahomes ain't gonna do nothing.
Hey, but look, we all know though. Hey, listen, realistically, that should have been a win. There was a lot of issues between Mahomes and Bieniemy. If you watch it, they said there wasn't That there was no negative,
that's
whatever
not the coach-
comments or
that's not
whatever,
the
but
coach's fault. Hey, we can't help it they can't get along.
And they were arguing again.
no,
They were
trust me.
arguing
Hey, look, I
again right
get
before
that. Trust me.
halftime. They were arguing again right before
Yeah.
halftime. And honestly,
See,
if you look at the Chiefs, that running game is bad. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is so inconsistent, and he doesn't help Pat Mahomes out at all.
50-something yards rushing.
Yeah, it was bad. It's bad. And I remember at one point in
They're
time in his career,
they're one-dimensional. Right? They're one-dimensional right now.
yeah,
They need a running back. Helaire just hasn't. I'm not saying he's terrible, but he just hasn't worked out for him. Like you said, he's inconsistent, and I think that's one thing that is hurting them. They're one-dimensional right now, and if you get a little physical with Schuster and them, it's going to be hard for them to put play after play together to get down the field. They don't have that deep threat right now because for some reason Scantling and Mahomes haven't been able to hook up.
Listen to this. Patrick Mahomes had the most rushing yards. He had 4 carries of 26 yards. Everybody else, you had Jerick McKinnon. He had 7 carries for 20 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, he had 3 carries for 9 yards. Michael Burton, 1 carry for 2 yards. Travis Kelce, 1 carry for 1 yard. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, 7 carries for 0 yards. You can't make that up. You had 7 carries and had 0 yards, and you expect this Kansas City team to win against the Colts? The Colts said, I wish we would lose this game.
The question is, last year, Bieniemy was on the hot seat with the halftime play call, right? And so there was some questions about Bieniemy. And then we look at this game with the Colts, and again, more questions about Bieniemy between him and Mahomes. Are we starting to see some cracks now in Bieniemy, or are they going to keep riding? I mean, obviously not going to let him go right now, but do you see that maybe his tenure in Kansas City could come close if they can't get on the same page?
I don't think so. I think because Andy Reid likes him, and ultimately, I get Mahomes as a star player, but there's some mistakes he makes as well. He's still a young quarterback. He's done a lot in his young career that people forget. I think he's only like in his 6th year. 5th or 6th year.
Watch this.
So.
But to your point, that run game was horrid, and Bieniemy wanted to run the ball, and Patrick wanted to throw it, and they wanted running it instead. And that's kind of where I'm.
And you
wondering.
See what happened.
Yeah, and that's kind of where I'm wondering with Bieniemy. Is he hurting that team more than helping?
No, because regardless if you can't get the run game established, you got to keep.
Here's my thing.
Got to keep them honest.
Well, my thing is everybody's talking about that play because it was right before halftime. There was like 20 seconds left. It was 2nd and 20 with 20 seconds left. So he was just saying, "Hey, we're going to halftime. We'll come back out in the second half." It wasn't like it was 2nd and 3 or something. It was like 2nd and 20. That's when they decided just to go ahead and go in the half because I think they got a penalty on the first play of the play before that set them back. So he's probably saying, let's not let anything bad happen. Let's get out of this first half and go into the second half. He was thinking more of the whole game than just one play.
And not to mention, regardless, any coach knows, we're gonna have to force the run game, even if the run game ain't working. So, because you got to keep the defense honest. We see what happened with the Bills versus Miami. My boy Josh Allen threw 63 times. He threw the ball 63 times. That's not a recipe for winning. You're gonna tire out your quarterback, and you almost kind of set him up to be injured more because the more the ball is in his hand, the more teams are looking to tee off on this guy. So
I agree.
You don't help their case, even though Patrick Mahomes only threw the ball 35 times. When your star running back goes for 7 carries for 0 yards, what you think the defense is honing in on? They can't run the ball, play the pass.
Okay, what's interesting to me is everybody put so much hype into the AFC West, and I was one of them that said every team is going to make the playoffs some kind of way, shape, or form. And then you look at the Raiders at 0-3. So you know that, and they don't look like they're going to right that ship anytime soon. So now it really kind of becomes between the Chargers, Denver, and KC. And a lot of people, some people had Chargers winning that division or coming in second. And yet the Chargers are 1-2 with that loss to Jacksonville. So now it comes down to Denver and Kansas City, who are both 2-1. How can Denver win the division over KC, or is it still pretty much Kansas City's division as a whole to win?
Well, quick interesting stat is that the AFC West is supposed to be the best division. The AFC South is supposed to be the worst. And 3 AFC South teams played 3 AFC West teams Sunday, and all 3 AFC South teams won.
Isn't that crazy? That's nuts. That is nuts.
The Raiders, I think it's McDaniels. For some reason, him and Carr just aren't. Carr hasn't
what it is. Look, McDaniels ain't doing nothing more here, Chris, than he did in Denver. He ain't ready. He's just not a head coach. He's a great coordinator, but he ain't a coach. He just that's not his DNA.
It's looking like him and Carr can't get on the same page. Carr, I'm not saying Carr's the best quarterback in the league, but Carr doesn't look like his normal Carr this year. He hasn't got going. And yeah, that team just, man, I don't know. They better figure out something quick.
They were in the playoffs.
Not using Devontae Adams. What's the point of getting them?
Bro, they were in the playoffs last year with all the turmoil that went on within that team. And then, so what's the common denominator between them at 0-3 versus last year is Josh freaking McDaniels. I'm sorry. They got the same. Hell, they upgraded. Like you said, they upgraded, bringing Devontae in.
No, it's not an upgrade if you don't use them, though.
Yeah, they're not using Devontae at all.
But they're not using Waller either. Their top 2 guys, they're not using. I think Waller had three receptions for like maybe 30-something yards. I think same thing for like around Devontae Adams. And these are your top 2 guys. And again, you can't put that on Carr all the way because that probably could be a play. I don't know. But at the same time, I'm just saying they looked better last year with all the turmoil and the coaches and the interims that they had than they do under Josh McDaniels. And the common denominator is you go look at Denver under Josh McDaniels, and they were just as bad.
Hey, all I know is that the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns run their division right now. That's all I know.
I think Jacksonville's looking pretty good under Doug Peterson. Damn. This ain't even the same Trevor Lawrence from last year. This dude looked completely different.
He looks like the Trevor Lawrence everybody thought he would be.
You giving him time to get adjusted to the NFL. I mean, you got to remember, the NFL to me is one of the harder games to get adjusted to, because when you talk about games moving fast, it's a whole different element for playing the National Football League from playing college football. Because everybody's the best at what they do in the NFL.
And let's be honest, Urban Meyer wasn't exactly the best at developing quarterbacks. And you get a fresh-faced coach out of the college realm with a fresh-faced player out of the college realm. Neither one of them got any NFL experience. I mean, what do you expect? And then we all know that the issues with Urban Meyer as a whole, as a person and as a coach. But he bringing in Doug Peterson.
I ain't mad at Urban Meyer, man. He just like to get some cheeks, you know.
Hey.
I ain't mad at him.
No, but Peterson, as much as I would have liked to have seen like a Byron Leftwich or whatever there. Peterson was not, I guess, a bad choice because he was a quarterback in the league. He doesn't know how to develop a quarterback. And as you can see, it's translating, right? It's crazy.
No, Jacksonville's look good so far.
But Doug Peterson was a godsend to Trevor.
Doug Peterson
was a godsend.
You want me to tell you what else?
I think Doug Peterson had a lot to do with Carson Wentz having such a
he did. That year. He did.
He's definitely
so based on that logic, though, is it a blessing in disguise that Byron Leftwich wasn't going to take that job if they didn't get rid of the GM? Was that a blessing in disguise that he didn't go there and they allowed Peterson?
I don't know about that, but
I can't say that because I like the camaraderie and the chemistry between Byron Leftwich and Tom Brady. And I think Byron Leftwich he's a great offensive mind. He's a great offensive mind. We've seen what he's done with the Tampa Bay Bucks. I mean, the man won the championship as offensive coordinator. I think he would have did a tremendous job at Jacksonville. Not to mention, he used to be a quarterback out there. He has great rapport with the state, with the city.
I'll tell you what's been impressive about the Jaguars as well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Lawrence looks real impressive.
Yeah.
Is there the line of scrimmage?
Yeah.
They've been blowing teams off the ball with their offensive line and
Yeah.
with their defensive pass rush.
Yeah.
They done it to the Colts, then they went and done it to the Chargers. They're right now they're controlling the line of scrimmage, and if you can control the line of scrimmage, most of the times you're going to win the football game, and they've been able to control the line of scrimmage. Trevor Lawrence has had all day to throw the ball.
Great protection.
And if you give Lawrence that kind of protection, he's going to pick you apart because he's a great. I think he has potential to be a great quarterback. I've always been a Lawrence fan.
Hey,
sunshine is what I call
sunshine.
No, but I think the reason why I stay with the blessing.
Let me just ask you a question, Chris. Why did they do them boys like that? Jacksonville came out like they was on a mission against the Chargers. They said, y'all don't run nothing in this conference. Why they do them boys like that?
I couldn't believe it, dude. I was doing that wrestling show, and then we went to intermission, and Dad was telling me the scores, and I said, Jacksonville 31-10. What?
Yeah, they came out. I mean, they didn't just beat the Chargers. They shellacked them. They controlled them. They controlled them like a pimp does a prostitute. I'm just saying, it was crazy.
We're in the middle of doing that live commentary for the wrestling, and the Colts and Chiefs game down to like 20 seconds left, and we're up by 3. So that actually gets up and goes out so you can listen to it real quick. And we're getting ready to start from intermission, so I'm getting everything ready. And then he said they held on, they won. I said, yeah. Everybody kind of looked back to see what was going on. But,
it's crazy that Philadelphia and
Philadelphia. Hey,
Philadelphia, Miami.
I was one of the guys that said at the beginning of the season I wasn't sold on Jalen Hurts yet. So far, he's making me eat my words because dude's playing probably about second best in the league right now at quarterback.
He's an MVP candidate.
Yeah, but I think
there's already
MVP front runner right now to me is Lamar Jackson.
Is he MVP? Is he MVP worthy? They're already starting up the news on that.
Yeah, right, I think Lamar Jackson is the front runner for MVP right now after the first 3 weeks.
Somebody put in the comments in all capital letters, please. Pay that man.
Oh, hey, I'm glad you said that. Because we do have a technical difficulty with Facebook right now. So the comments on Facebook don't show up on the screen here. Only ones we're getting on the screen are from YouTube.
Oh, it's fine. Somebody from YouTube.
I just thought.
That man.
Oh yeah, we have people that's been commenting. Anthony Price said, "Is it the Chiefs running back or the offensive line not blocking long enough?" My dad said Buffalo's having the same problem too with their running game. That the Chiefs are not being able to get their running game going. When you
we knew that last year that they didn't have a run game. When Josh Allen was your lead rusher last year, and it looks like he's the lead rusher this year, you knew they didn't have. We all knew they didn't have a run game. That's why they couldn't beat the Patriots in that one snow game.
And then my dad said that Peterson's play design in Jacksonville have been great so far this season.
Oh yes, he has. As I say, he's been a godsend to.
And Anthony Price said that Justin Herbert should not have played that game.
He shouldn't.
No, he should. He was hurt. He's still hurt.
Yeah. Not with the way them ribs out, boy. Every time you breathe, you feel it.
Anthony Price said Pollard winning you games, but you're still starting Zeke. I think they start Zeke because of the pass protection. That's my opinion on it.
Plus the money you pay Zeke.
Well, that too, but Jay, I mean, you're a Cowboys fan.
Whether you start Pollard or you throw him in on second, you throw him in on third. The whole point is as long as they're getting those touches, they're going to be fine. And like me and Gonzo were talking earlier, when they get 10 rushes apiece, that's 20 rushing, they are 8-0 when Pollard and Zeke are touching the ball 10 times apiece. Whether it be starting Zeke or starting Pollard, it really doesn't matter. As long as they get those touches, we're good.
Yeah,
I agree.
Oh, I agree, man. But it was a
time to be alive, man. Damn, what a time to be alive. I would have never thought the way this season has started is the way that it is. Now I have no confidence that the Rams will be in the Super Bowl or the Buccaneers will be in the Super Bowl. I mean, there's so many what ifs right now in the league.
I think the Buccaneers still could be all right once if they start getting the receivers healthy.
Yeah, they just need to get some weapons.
They're missing.
I'm not worried.
Well, see, they'll have Evans back this week because he was only suspended for 1 game. but they need to get Godwin back.
Get Julio back.
Yeah, they get the receivers
then,
back. I think they'll be okay.
Because once you get Mike Evans and Chris Godwin's back, that's going to be a godsend. Now you can
Let me
kind of
ask
put
you
everybody
this.
into that.
I'm hearing people say that Brady's finally starting to look old. Do you guys buy into that?
Man, I buy into a lot of things. He's not looking old. He is old, but he's still producing. I mean, he's still doing okay. He's not putting up like beautiful numbers, but hey, let's be honest. He's on my fantasy league, okay? And I see what Brady puts up every week. And he's old.
But he is starting to show the age a little bit.
A little bit.
Just a little.
A little bit. A little bit. A little bit.
A little bit.
The dude out there walking around with his AARP card in his sock. What are you talking about?
Everybody need good insurance.
Anthony Price said you heard it here first. Brady won't play the whole season.
Hey, you better stop that blasphemy, Anthony. Now we was cool.
And then my dad
said, don't say that. He's still in my fantasy league. So I'm not trying to take him out.
I have him on my fantasy team in one of my leagues, but my dad says Tampa has a great defense, and that's what's been keeping them in games and winning them games.
Yeah. Right now, I can admit it definitely hasn't been the offense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. That defense has showed up and showed out. The only thing working for the offense right now is surprisingly the run game, which everybody talks about the offensive line, but Leonard Fournette has been able to get off, and kind of keep the defense a little honest. And let's be real, as much as a degree of difficulty that Tom Brady had to face this past Sunday, going against an Aaron Rodgers, when his offensive line is decimated, when you have 3 of your top receivers not in the game, yes, he still almost won the game. He almost led them on a game-winning drive. He scored the touchdown, just couldn't get the 2-point conversion.
Hey, Rob, just so we're on the same page.
Who Tom freaking Brady is.
Just so we're on the same page, Tom Brady has thrown for 673 yards, 3 touchdowns, a pick. Hold on. 3 touchdowns, a pick, and an 89.2 QBR. Tua, in one game, threw for almost 500. I'm not saying that Tua is better than Brady, but what I'm saying is, to the point that he's showing his
collapse, man.
Come on. He didn't have receivers in New England either. He had Nelson freaking Aguilar and maybe an Edelman.
And you're playing with the offensive line that has guys that probably
play
at the local college here in Muncie.
That man got more excuses
come on.
Than a guy going.
So you said Tua right now is better than Brady.
Didn't say that. Didn't say
why,
that.
So why did you bring it up?
Why did you bring it up? I'm not letting you do that. I said that I made that comparison to show you that he is slowing down. He is getting older.
He don't have nobody.
Let me ask you this though. Are you saying that
Tampa? Oh, come on.
Are you saying that Tampa? Wait a minute. Let me ask you this. Are you saying that Tampa? You're comparing Tampa's weapons on offense right now to the weapons that Miami Tua has in Miami? With Waddle and Hill?
I'm comparing what he did last year at
a 102.
No, you asked the question. I'm telling you.
Brady in Miami, and you don't think they would?
Last year he had a 102. Last year he had a 102.9 QBR.
I hate Tom Brady.
He had a 102.9 QBR, and see that's the problem. Y'all want to throw opinions in there, and I'm giving you facts. I'm sorry if I'm a fact-based opinion.
I'm asking you a question. I didn't give an opinion. I'm asking a question. You're telling me
if Tom Brady, but you won't let me answer it.
You're saying that
you ain't gay.
You're saying if Tom Brady,
you're saying no.
If Tom Brady was playing for Miami right now, if Tom Brady was playing for Miami right now, you don't think he'd have thrown for more yards than he has so far this season?
I think he would have thrown for more yards because he does have better weapons. But again, Gonzo, no. Don't throw your hands up like you thought you understood what I said, because you clearly did not.
What I said.
No. And Rob, throw your hands down. Look, Rob. Throw your hands down. If you listen to what I said, if you understood what I said, last year he had a 102.9 QBR. This year he's got an 89.2 QBR.
Last year he had
I'm saying if you listen that he's slowing down. And I brought up the Tua.
No, he's not. He don't have nobody right now. Last year around this time,
did he have Mike Evans?
You're comparing him to last year.
He had Mike Evans.
He had
Mike Evans. He had Fournette. And he had.
You don't have them guys right now.
And the week one game against
you can't compare last year to this year.
You know who he got? He got right now. He got who and who and who is that guy? That's who's on his team. Right
Damien, the point is, though, all his weapons have been hurt. Yes, he has Evans, Godwin, and them. They're hurt. They're not playing.
Gonzo, that's bullshit.
It don't matter how good weapons is standing on the sideline.
So let me ask you this. Let me ask you this question because y'all got a lot of excuses, but you don't really have a lot of factual based information.
It's
not because I'm trying to get. If you want to be educated, I'll educate you. If you want to just keep spewing your shit,
educate me.
I'm trying, but you won't listen. You're like that kid in class that wants to run it around and gets the mean face for conduct policy, and I got to call your parents. That's what it's like right now. I'm a teacher, and you're not listening. Now I'm going to talk. Dallas, week 1, 212 yards, 1 touch, 1 pick, and he had Evans. He had Julio Jones.
Best defenses in the league.
Really? You gonna listen? Or you gonna talk?
I'm just saying.
Right now you're talking. Right now I need you to put on your listening.
One of the best defenses.
I need you to put. Listen. I need you to put on your listening ears.
I'm pointing out your BS too.
Listen. Do you want me? I'll do it. Do you want me to do it? I'll do it.
Gonzo is in the building.
Look, he had a 79.3 QBR against New Orleans. He had an 87.3 against Dallas. Now listen, we all know one thing about Dallas. If you got Mike Evans and you got a Julio Jones, and you can't make something work with that, and all you can get is a touchdown and a few field goals, there's an issue there. There's a freaking issue.
It's called you running for your life from Micah Parsons.
Huh?
It was called he's running for his life from Micah Parsons because the offensive line is make shift because they're missing guys.
The offensive line's fault. It's not Tom Brady's fault. It's the offensive line.
I'm not saying some of it can't be Tom Brady's fault.
I didn't know
your argument don't make sense, Jay.
Jay,
it does make sense.
Jay, do you
really comparing him to a Miami team that has all their weapons?
And I get it. I told you Mike Evans isn't a weapon. I guess Julio Jones isn't a weapon.
He don't have them. He don't have them.
Sideline they can't do
no
good.
They don't have them right now. They're not available.
Swing low on Tom Brady's nuts. These guys will do.
Hey, you know what? Hey, Jay, do you?
Really, it's okay, man.
Jay, do you really believe in what you said, Jay?
I can't convince
Jay, do you really believe in what you said?
Against Dallas,
it doesn't matter what you believe and what you said, because what you saying is a load of BS. You know damn well that Chris Godwin ain't been there all season. You know Mike Evans was just suspended for last game. You know Julio Jones been hurt since the Titans. Stop playing with me, okay, Jay? Stop playing with me.
Hey, like my dad just put in the comments, how did Tua do last year without Waddle and Hill?
He didn't do nothing, not a damn.
Well, let's see. Last time I checked, Tua was hurt most of the season.
Now he hurt. Now he hurt.
Now we're going with
injury.
injury.
Give him excuses. Now you want to give him excuses.
No, was Tua not? No, I'm asking you, was Tua hurt?
That's what you said. We said Godwin and them are hurt.
If Tua out there, he got to play,
excuses.
Right? If he's out there, it don't matter if he hurt or not.
Hey, on his last Super Bowl run with New England, who was his wide receivers?
He had Edelman.
Yep.
He had what's dude's name?
Exactly. What was dude's name? and you actually made my point right there. I'm sorry. You know what? I'm gonna try to win right now. Jason 1, Gonzo and Rob 0. If you start off with Edelman and what's his name?
Hey, Jay, that was good.
I'll help you out. Probably the guy you were looking for was Gronkowski, and I'll give you the Gronk thing because Gronk was there part of the time.
Hey, Jay, you a fool for that one. Hey, you a fool for that. That was a good one. You caught me off guard.
Hey, listen, every once in a while, you give me an offer.
Acting like they're nobodies. They're not playing is what we're saying.
Hey, what you say?
Listen, I heard what you're saying. And if I took what you're saying and I took it to the bank, I'm going to get $5
I'm not saying they're not good players.
Capital.
Them are top receivers in the league a lot of times. But they don't ain't good and you're no good if they're on the sideline.
They would tell me that my check bounced, okay? So I can't take what you and Rob say to the bank because I'll get a bad check.
Hey, yes, you can. We'll see you in the Super Bowl. We'll see you in the Super Bowl. TB.
Hey,
TB,
if
don't forget
I
that.
tell you right now, if the Buccaneers make it to the Super Bowl, I'll come on here personally and
Didn't Tom Brady take the Buccaneers
I
to the
will get
playoffs?
out of the podcasting game. I will take
Won
up
the
some
Super Bowl.
knitting
What are we
needles,
talking about? Two
and
almost took the Dolphins to the
and I
playoffs.
will share your
What the hell?
content more than
People
you
lost
ever
their
saw
damn
in your
minds.
life.
Hey, Jay, I would never want you to leave the podcasting game.
Come here.
Hey, because you funny for that one. I said, dude, what's his name? He was like, yeah, exactly. That was hilarious.
Hey, every now and then I'll get one.
That was hilarious.
Hey, what games are coming up this weekend?
We got some good games, by the way.
Hey,
This
Thursday night. Let me ask you this: have you seen the Bengals uniforms they're wearing Thursday night?
The all white
ones, dude.
Oh, against Miami.
Bengals
Miami.
They about to look like Power Rangers.
Bengals Miami. But hey, have you seen them, Jay? Them all white jerseys?
Yeah, they about to look like all white Rangers out there.
Yeah, I thought they were cool.
I like them too.
I think it keeps the Bengals uniform fresh and up to date because it had been getting kind of mundane for a while. But now when you put that white and then you get the black stripes, it looks dope. I like it. I think it's pretty fresh. I think it's pretty fresh.
What do you think about that game? That has the potential to be a real good game.
No, Miami gonna win that game.
Yeah, I think Miami gonna.
I'm not saying Miami will win, but I think it's gonna be a better game than people think.
It's gonna be a good game though. You know what though? The two games that I'm interested in, unfortunately, it's not the Bears and Giants, but of course, that's gonna be on my radar. But the two games I'm interested in right now is gonna be the Bills versus the Ravens, and then it's gonna be the Chiefs versus the Buccaneers, which is a Sunday night game.
Let me ask you this, Rob. We know that on the Bills defense is taking some hits.
Yeah.
They lost Hyde now for the year. And I can't remember the other safety, but they lost both their primetime safeties are done.
Yeah, Hyde's done for the year now.
Wow.
They lost one of their cornerbacks, and they also lost Oliver, their defensive tackle. I mean, I get how good their offense is, but we saw that Miami could beat them. At what point do we start saying now, are the Bills clearly the Super Bowl? Because we have been saying that they were the front runner, but now that this defense is taking some hits, even though they got Von Miller, I mean, I'm not so sold on the Bills anymore.
No, not in that secondary.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
I think that secondary is not that good.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting how they how these young guys step up for them. I'll tell you another team that's getting injury riddled that scares me as well as the Chargers.
Yeah.
Now you have Bosa hurt. You lost one of your receivers for the season with the ACL.
Yeah, Keenan Allen is still hurt, right?
Yeah, I mean they're starting to pile up over there, and some of them guys are done for the season. So it's going to be interesting. Both games that you mentioned, Rob, I'm looking forward to. I'm also looking forward to the Colts and Titans because it's a division game. And I look forward to every Colts game.
That's why I say the Bears game is on my radar. It's not the most anticipated game for me, but
I'm not saying that's like a top game. Colts and Titans are a top game of the week. For me, it's one of the top games of the week. But that's me just because I'm a Colts fan.
You know what, too?
I'll tell you another game: Jacksonville and the Eagles. That's going to be interesting.
I was about to say that's going to be a good game.
Look, that's going to be a testament to see just exactly what this Jacksonville Jags team made out, because they're literally going up, in my opinion, one of the best defenses in the league.
On the road.
A really freaking good offense that's clicking. Oh, because let's be honest, when they went up against the Chargers, they, like you said, they didn't have their top weapon in Allen, and Mike Williams only gave them one or two catches. Palmer was actually their number one wideout. So they kind of, and like you said, the Bosa was in it, so they kind of got a less than stellar Chargers team. But they're going to go up against this Eagles team this week, and they don't have those issues. So that's going to be a real testament to see how good Jacksonville, really is. Oh my God, I can't believe that. That's gonna be. I got to be honest with you. I think the Eagles are starting to round out into one of my favorites.
And that's
of course we need to see more out of them, but
Jacksonville's going on the road too. So if they go to Philadelphia and are able to pick up a win, I think that's going to say quite a bit about that Jacksonville team here early in the season.
Oh, absolutely. You go in there and you beat Philadelphia in Philly. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely put some respect on that team. No doubt about it.
And you know what I'm disappointed in is we talked about the AFC West so much this offseason, and we didn't even mention Denver versus Las Vegas.
Yes.
Because both teams have been so underwhelming so far this year, especially the Raiders. I don't know what.
Let me ask you this. I'm glad you mentioned that. If Denver beats the Raiders,
it's safe to say that the Raiders season is done.
Well, not just that. McDaniels already had a closed door meeting. Will McDaniels be fired if he starts 0-4?
That's what I'm thinking. That was exactly my thought process. I wonder, if they have this bad of a season, is he going to be on? He's got to be on the damn hot seat. How do you not?
He already had a closed door meeting with the owner after Sunday's loss.
Oh yeah. You know that owner's like, hey, look,
you need to go watch
the clip. Hey, bro.
Hey, go to
this is not what we brought you in here for.
Hey, go to ASAP. Go to the ASAP morning chat and look at that clip Mike Hughes put up of him talking about that closed door meeting between the Raiders owner and the McDaniels. That was funnier than hell, wasn't it, Rob?
Yeah,
you have to watch it. He went off. It was funny as hell too.
Oh, I'm sure. I bet he did. Here's my thing. Just because you're a great offensive coordinator doesn't always translate to the head coaching realm. And that's kind of what I was kind of talking about with Byron Leftwich and Peterson being the godsend to what Rob is saying. Is as good of an offensive coordinator as Byron Leftwich is, he still has to go improve it in the head coaching realm. And so at that point, I think it's better that Jacksonville got Peterson because they got a guy who, is a quarterback, develops talent, has head coaching experience, won a Super Bowl. I think that the resume there for turning that franchise around, they're better with him than they were with an unproven great offensive coordinator. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
I get what you're saying, but those two different situations because
I don't know, are they?
McDaniels has had his chance before the coaching and he's failed. Yeah. You don't even give Byron Leftwich a chance.
No, I get that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying
I get what you're saying, but that's what I'm saying.
If you have an unknown versus a known, if you have an unknown versus a known, and you just came off a freaking Urban Meyer unknown, you got to start putting some legitimacy into that head coach or somebody at least that can get you in a positive light. And then if you want to go try a new fresh face and an offensive coordinator, you can. But when you come off Urban Meyer as your head coach and how bad that was, you got to do something to put somebody in there that can right that ship.
Oh, yeah.
I can agree with that. And when it comes to Byron Leftwich, I would love to see him get a chance to coach him.
Oh, he's going to get his chance. There's no way he don't get a chance.
Lose that spot, though, to a Doug Peterson is admirable. Because Doug Peterson
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't
be surprised if Josh McDaniels gets fired and they go and get a Byron Leftwich and throw him in there at the Raiders helm and give him a shot.
You know how bad that would be if Byron Leftwich.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Bro, my bad.
No, I was about to say, you know how bad it would be if Byron Leftwich wins.
Yeah,
and McDaniels couldn't. It would look bad.
Oh God. Oh God.
What is that? What you
to do it?
You know what they might be able to do? They could maybe trade Leftwich for McDaniels. Trade your head coach for the offensive coordinator. McDaniels could go be the offensive coordinator at Tampa. Just do.
He'll be happy to see Tom again.
I'd do that.
He'll be happy to see Tom again. He'll be like,
you get Josh McDaniels and you link him back up with Tom. Oh yeah, that's like a match made in heaven.
And let Leftwich go over coach the Raiders. Just do a swap
job. You say that, Gonzo, but that actually has a lot of good merit for both sides.
Anthony, don't tell me you're talking about John Gruden.
First, he said, let's not jump on the Eagles. They haven't played a good team yet.
Look at his next comment.
Raiders had a good coach last year. They let go.
Are you talking about Gruden?
No. He's talking about the interim coach that they had. I can't remember his freaking name.
Yeah. I forgot about it.
He's not talking about Gruden. He's talking about the one that took over for Gruden.
You almost scared
and he did do a good job when he took over for Gruden.
He did.
Oh my God,
I forgot
49ers
his name.
Rams. How do y'all see that divisional game going? I like that Monday night game. I do.
What's the Monday night game?
49ers and Rams.
Oh, okay, yeah. Only thing is, man, 49ers gonna miss Trent Williams.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's true.
And if you watch that,
No,
if you
I still think they can.
yeah, well, I don't know if you
That'll be a
think
good
about it,
game.
dude. In that game Sunday night, once Trent Williams went out, their offense couldn't do nothing the rest of that game. That Denver's defensive line just kept blowing.
Yeah,
them
once
up.
that big left tackle goes out the window. Yeah.
And he's going to be out for a while. I think
Yeah.
I heard maybe 6 weeks.
That sucks for them.
I think the Texans can beat the Chargers.
I'm not gonna go that far.
I'm just being silly, man. I'm not being serious. I'm being
I hope
sarcastic.
they don't really believe that.
Hey, you know what else though?
Hey, let me
you
tell
said
you
about
something. If the Colts can go in there and beat the freaking Chiefs.
Hey, plus you got to remember that was the Colts home opener. I knew they were going to play better than what they had the first 2 weeks, but hey, now we need a big win. We need this is almost a must win for the Colts because you've already tied one division game, lost another division game. You can't lose another division game going up here against Tennessee. Now you start 0-2-1 in your division. That's not good because the Colts' path to the playoffs is probably winning the AFC South because who knows what kind of record you're going to have to get that wild card in the AFC. Because the AFC, I think, is going to be bunched up because a lot of teams that are beating each other. So the Colts have to start winning some of these division games, or we could be in trouble.
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, so the Chiefs are
Dude,
going to
5
go
of
to
our
Tampa.
first 7 games are division games. We play 5 of our 6 division games in the first 7 weeks of the season.
Well, if y'all beat the Titans, you'll be back on a good foot.
And then after the Titans, we played the Jaguars.
And I think y'all can beat the Titans. It's gonna be an interesting matchup. I think it's a better matchup than people giving it credit for. Jonathan Taylor versus Derrick Henry.
Yep.
You know,
we play the Titans, then we play the Broncos on Thursday night, and then we play the Jags again.
Stop it.
Yeah, y'all definitely got a lineup right there.
I think you can beat the Titans though.
Yeah, of course they can. If you can beat the Chiefs, you can beat the Titans.
You just showed me something against the Chiefs. I think the defense stood up. I think with Tennessee, especially since AJ Brown is not there anymore, you can kind of keep Tannehill at bay. And then if you can focus all your energy on Derrick Henry, keep him out. Yeah.
So what's on the Colts show is that the key's going to be stop Henry and make Tannehill beat you because he don't have a true number 1 receiver right now.
Yep.
So
look at that. We on the same page.
Tannehill in that receiving group beat you.
We on the same page.
And if Tannehill beats you, you go over here and you tip your fucking cap to him. But I'd rather lose that way than let Derrick Henry run for 200 yards and we get whooped.
Look, and you just use Pride's name. All right, Tanner Goat.
Tanner Goat.
Tanner Goat.
I'm never gonna go that far to call him a goat.
Well, you know they call him what they call Tua now. Tua Tagovailoa.
Yeah, that's what he's called too now.
I said, Lord Jesus, we just call anybody.
Tua Tagovailoa.
We just call anybody the GOAT nowadays.
Damien says the Raiders' problem isn't coaching; it's the QB.
You say Derek Carr's not that guy?
You
say Derek Carr's not that guy? Hold on, let's explore that. Is Derek Carr the guy? Let's look at Derek Carr history.
Hey, Derek Carr played pretty damn good last year, man.
Yeah, let's see.
You tell me one quarterback that can go through what he went through last year and still keep him in the playoffs and competitive. Yeah, okay, maybe.
Hey, you're right.
But not many people can go through what they went through.
I'm not saying he's like the GOAT of quarterbacks or anything. Don't get me wrong. But I think he can win you games, and I think he can make big plays. If he don't look the same this year with McDaniels, something's not clicking.
I mean,
and I'm not saying it's all McDaniels. It could be both of them.
And you know what though? I'm looking at Derek Carr's numbers, right? He's not that bad of a quarterback. He had 1 year where he was okay, and I think that was 2018. And maybe he was just going through. He only had 19.
I think that's when he came back from his injury, wasn't it?
Yeah, but if you look at his numbers, man, Derek Carr has put up some numbers. He's a pretty accurate quarterback. So I'm not gonna say I want to blame Derek Carr. It's just based off the numbers. It's just based off the numbers. He had a 68% completed percentage last year. He threw for over 4,800 yards, 23 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. I mean, it's not bad. It's not greatest, but
and look how many different coaches and offensive coordinators he's had since he's been there. So it's not like he's played under the same system the whole time.
Yeah, and who was that mentioning? And who was that mentioning what he went through last year? I mean, one of your receivers involved in the hit and run situation. Then you have the whole situation with John Gruden, and right now the Raiders have just been looking like a complete shit show, and he's been able to still shine. So let's give it some time. You know what I'm saying? Josh McDaniels is what now? He's a sophomore head coach.
And everybody's been
on second stint as a head coach. So
second stint. And everybody was on Hackett about the way his season has started with his coaching over there. I think more people need to, and I'm not saying Hackett hasn't been bad,
but Hackett is 2-1 now, right?
Yeah, he's 2-1. Daniels is 0-3 with a team that people thought was a playoff contender.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you made a good point.
Some people were
earlier.
Some people were saying they're going to win the AFC West.
Nobody's scared of the Raiders either, though. Anthony Price said nobody's scared of Denver. Nobody's scared of the Raiders. And according to what the Chargers just did, ain't nobody scared of what the Jaguars did. Nobody's scared of the Chargers either. And then the Colts said we ain't scared of the Chiefs either. So I don't think nobody in the AFC West is putting fear in nobody's heart.
Man, what do y'all think about this Sunday night game between Mahomes and Brady?
I think it's going to be great. If Brady has his weapons, it's going to be a good game. If he has his weapons, at least give him two of his weapons. Give him Mike Evans and give him Julio, or hopefully Chris is able to go. But Brady, he needs some help. There's talks now. I don't know if you guys been listening, but Gronkowski's agent said don't wipe out the fact that Gronk could come back. And that's not a completely dead situation. He was at Sunday's night game, and I'm pretty sure Tom talked to him after the game and said, "Look what the fuck I got to go through.
Come on, man, one more year.
Give me one more year. If I got to go through this shit with Giselle, you can go through anything. Okay?
I'll buy you a new Corvette. I'll buy you a new Corvette. You come play a year, and let's go."
He say, "Do you see?
No doubt about it, right?
I gotta pass the Cameron Brate. Okay." He's not you, Gronk. I love you. Come back. And Gronk is gonna come back just because he rocks with Tom Brady that hard.
I just wonder, he hasn't played in a little bit. How's he gonna look coming back? I mean, we know Gronk.
He'll probably look good for the first couple of games. I think it's as the season wears on that it catches up to Gronk. But every time he's come back as refreshed, Gronk has looked very good. You almost be like, oh man, he look like he could go another year until it gets to
I guess I'm just concerned about his back, man. His lower back always has issues.
Yeah.
Anthony Price,
that's really about the only thing.
Bills versus Ravens going to be a good game. That game will prove what Lamar is worth.
I'm calling it right now. Lamar Jackson gonna throw 3 touchdowns. He's gonna have over 200 yards passing. And he's gonna have
one. That's over 200 yards. I mean, let's not reach too far now.
He said 100 yards rushing too.
He's gonna have over 200 yards passing and over 100 yards rushing again. He going for it. 3 straight games.
He's gonna have 100 yards rushing. He's a runner. I'm just more concerned about the passing part.
Hey, you heard Shannon Sharp singing the song too. He's a runner. He's a track star. He gonna run away when he gets hard.
I think they should check. Look, he's not a quarterback. He's not a running back. He a QRB.
I told y'all what Lamar Jackson is. He is
he a quarter running back. You got to marry him up. He's a quarter running back. Okay.
He's a playmaker.
Dude,
Running backs can't do what he just did. Did you see what he did? He carved up that defense. What he threw for 3
if he keeps
touchdowns
this
and
up,
still Russell. Come on, bro. Y'all got to give that man credit. He can
oh,
do it with
I'm
his
giving.
arm, too.
I told you
He
he was
can
MVP.
do it with his
I'll
arm.
give him credit. But what I'm asking, or what I was going to say is, how much do you
I'm
think?
not giving it shit.
How much money you think the Ravens? How much money you think the Ravens cost themselves by not
They're
getting
going to
a
come
deal
out the
done
rain
with
and have
them?
to pay him.
Hey,
By not
Chris,
getting
I
a deal
said it
done with them
yesterday,
before
didn't I?
this season, and if he keeps
Chris,
this up, oh,
Hey, Chris, I said it yesterday, didn't I? Today's price is not yesterday's price, baby. Fat
Hey,
Joe has
the
taught
world
us.
we live in is different than it was 30 seconds ago.
and every week that he keeps doing this, it's just gonna keep going.
Price is going up. All I'm hearing is the bunny. You remember the old taxidermists?
Yeah.
You see,
like you know what? But the thing
all
about
you
it
see
is,
them typing up the numbers.
it wasn't even the money. It was the guarantee.
Yeah,
That's what he want. He wants that fully guaranteed money.
He wants the fully guaranteed like Watson got.
Yeah, I think they're gonna have to.
They're gonna have to give him at least 260.
Yep. We on the same page, bro.
They offered him 290 and only maybe like I think between 130 to 160 in guarantee, and that was the whole.
You gonna have to offer
I think
now.
They're gonna have to give him 260 guaranteed.
You got to give him 300 with 260 guaranteed.
Because he wants that Lamar. He wants that Deshaun Watson contract where it's all guaranteed.
If he gets the MVP again and he becomes a 2-time league MVP, you can't do nothing but pay that man.
You gonna trade away the 2-time MVP?
You gonna look like an idiot
at his prime.
You gonna look like an idiot.
You're gonna lose your job.
Because now all you really got to do once you pay Lamar, you get him a little bit more help on the offensive side. Maybe get him one. Besides Mark Andrews, he needs a go-to receiver to me. If you could get him a go-to receiver and let him keep Mark Andrews, your offense is set. Because he can run just as bad as a running back. I mean, just as good as a running back can. Now you got to focus on your defense because I still say I don't care what the Ravens do. I'm always going to harp back to that Miami game. That second half.
Let me ask you a question. If you're a number one guy, let's just take a Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, whoever you want to throw in there.
Yeah.
And you say, hey, you want to go play with Lamar. Are you really going to do that?
I would.
Why? Why would you do that?
Because I think, first of all, the opportunities you're going to get with Lamar Jackson, you're going to get your opportunity. You're going to get opportunities because he wants to be a true quarterback. I don't think Lamar Jackson wants to run out of the pocket all the time. And if he has receivers that can break free, I think he will indeed get you that ball.
I just think if I'm a highly touted wide receiver and I build my livelihood off of catching the ball, I don't know that I want to marry myself up with a run first type guy. I think I'm going to want to marry myself up with a Justin Herbert, Josh
Lamar
Allen,
Jackson,
or somebody of that nature that's going to get me the ball more than they are going to try to run it. I'm just saying my livelihood. I don't know that I would go to a Lamar. I think that would hamper my career. I'm not saying Lamar can't throw the ball. I just think that if I'm a top-notch wide receiver, I'm looking for a quarterback that's more known for throwing the ball than he is for running, because that's where I know I'm gonna make my bread and butter.
I can't say that. I refuse to say that.
You refuse it, but $54 million comes with a lot of weight.
I get that, but let's look at Lamar Jackson just this year, he's already been going crazy, bro. He's already been going crazy. The man that threw he got 10 touchdowns? Let's not act like he's not throwing touchdowns. He is throwing TDs.
He has 10 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and a stone for almost 2 5, a little over 800 yards.
That's crazy. And he's not doing it with his arms.
He's thrown.
You don't think receivers are getting opportunities with that?
He had 4 touchdowns week 1, 3 touchdowns the last 2 weeks. QB rating was 110.3 week 1, 142.6 week 2 against Miami, and a 98.4 this past week against the Jets. Everybody forgets about how great of a game he played against Miami because they collapsed and lost that game.
But he had a hell of a game.
Yeah.
3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and a rushing touchdown. And he rushed for over 100 yards, 119 yards rushing off 9 carries. Come on, bro.
Well, I get him at 749, 10-2. He's 17th in the league. No, hey, he's 17th in the league at passing. 17th.
Yeah, but he's first in touchdowns. As a receiver, if you score touchdowns, that's what helps you get paid.
Hold on. How many of those was it passing touchdowns or
yeah,
passing or a combination of passing and rushing?
He has 10 passing touchdowns. He has 10 passing touchdowns.
He has 10 passing touchdowns, bro. Over 800 yards in the air.
He has 749 yards in the air to be exact. 10 passing touchdowns, which is first in the league. 2 interceptions, which is tied for 12th. And right now his QBR is a 78.4, which is second in the league.
I'm just saying. Sounds like a quarterback to me.
No, it does not sound like. Oh, hold on.
What? You say what? Come on, Dave. Oh, Lord Jesus. All right, guys. This has been ASAP.
Hold on. So Mark Andrews got 8 catches, 89 yards. We know Mark Andrews gets the bulk of the carries or of the passing. Passing. Rashard Bateman and everybody else underneath him only got 2 catches, barely touching 59, and only Duvernay was the one that got the touchdown, and Oliver did get a touchdown on 2 catches, 8 yards. You're right. If I'm a marquee receiver, I want two catches. Maybe I get a touchdown.
Okay, but who's the marquee receiver that's on that team?
Maybe I get a touchdown.
Any of those
name me a marquee receiver that's on the team, OJ. You haven't seen him with the marquee receiver.
No, but I'm saying
Mark Andrews has been the only one to be able to get separation. That's why he gets the ball. You get separation, you get the ball.
We haven't seen him.
I know why you're not a marquee receiver.
I know what Raven it was that said it.
We haven't seen him with number 1 receiver.
But they came out and said that no big name wide receivers wants to play with Lamar.
That's fine.
That's what. Who was that? I wish I could remember his damn name now.
Guess what? He gonna continue to win because Lamar Jackson is.
Oh no, I'm not saying he's not gonna win.
He's a winner.
Just saying if I'm a Justin Jefferson,
Dubs up, winner.
If I'm a Justin Jefferson, I'm not going to Baltimore. I'm gonna look otherwhere before I go to Baltimore. I probably. Baltimore, unless Baltimore,
he can stay where he's at in Minnesota.
It's over with.
He can stay where he's at in Minnesota. Because
I'm using him as an example.
Right? I'm a one Lamar Jackson over old
give
first
him a weapon
cousins
like Justin Jefferson, dude. Give Lamar Jackson a weapon like Justin Jefferson, and he's going to put.
Nobody wants, but they don't want to go there, Chris. That's the problem. They don't want to go there.
They're missing out because it would be over if he gets a weapon like that.
I hear what you're saying, but at the same time, I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to trust my quote unquote what could be a Hall of Fame career at one spot versus over there.
How many? So you trust Kirk Cousins?
For example, I'll give you an example.
You trust Kirk Cousins more than you trust Lamar Jackson?
I'd rather tie my career to Kirk Cousins because I think I could get more yardage receiving out of him. And which is going to make me look good for my Hall of Fame versus if I went to Lamar Jackson, I think it dips.
But you might get more touchdowns with Lamar, which looks good on your numbers for the Hall of Fame.
I mean, I get that. I get that. And again, I mean, I don't know. I just think if I'm a number 1 wideout, I'm not looking at Baltimore as my.
I'm just saying, I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying, I think if Lamar Jackson gets the number 1 wide receiver like that it could work good and that he could get him the ball. But we haven't seen him with a guy like that yet, is all I'm saying.
Hey, put up Anthony Price's comment. Put up Anthony Price's comment.
I get what you guys are saying with that about that.
If he did it, then what's the issue?
We don't know if a number 1 can't go there and get catches in their yards because we haven't seen a number 1 there yet.
And I wonder why.
Because Baltimore
Hey, now do me a favor.
Baltimore hasn't signed one.
Comment. Do me a favor and put up Damien's comment.
Look, everybody knows I don't smoke, I drink. So you can't take Damien serious. He don't know. Look, Damien over there in the bed still screaming Trubisky in the video. Come on.
Trubisky.
Do better.
All right, let's get to final thoughts.
Hold on, before we get to final thoughts, one more topic, please.
Okay.
Judge.
Okay.
And this is where Rob Scott's going to go quiet for a minute, but Aaron.
You
I like how
said
you
it like that, Jay.
But no, seriously,
Like,
Aaron Judge, man. Hey, he went. No, I mean, Rob, I'm not. Come on, y'all say the same thing when it comes to wrestling. When it comes to wrestling, I start eating my dinner. Okay.
Yeah, but it was the way you said it. It's like Rob just had to be quiet for a little bit.
Hey, you know what? Let's talk Judge, baby. Let's talk about the future Triple Crown winner, baby.
Hey, and look, Rob not gonna get mad because Rob knows when we talk baseball. Hey, when we talk baseball, he starts answering phone calls.
It was just funny the way you said it.
I do.
Hey,
it was.
He
said, so Rob's gonna shut up now.
I think what made it funny was I just kind of made it like a nonchalant conversation.
I know he was like, Rob's about to let's talk baseball. Rob,
hey,
real quick, go to the kids table.
Hey, listen, for real,
y'all, man.
So look at Aaron Judge. Look at Aaron Judge. So he went to the Boston series, couldn't do shit. Matter of fact, he really chased a lot or struck out a lot. So it lowered his. It lowered him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it lowered him. It lowered him out of the Triple Crown because his batting average took a hit. I think he's right at 314 now. And I think the next guy above him was like a 315, 316. So he actually took a hit going through that series. Then he goes to Toronto. The first game in Toronto, same thing, right? At what point do you think? Oh, number one, will he get to 62, or is he going to continuously keep trying to chase the home run? And he loses the Triple Crown. What do you see going? We got maybe 14 games left in the season. Does Aaron Judge get the crown and the home run record over Maris, or does he get the home run record and not get the Triple Crown, or does he not get the Triple Crown and not get the home run record? Which one of those scenarios do you think is going to be the most likely, and why?
I would say not get the home run record.
I think he'll get the home run record.
I don't think they're going to pass on the ball.
The Triple Crown, I'm not sure of because I don't know how many chances he's going to get to actually hit a ball. Because these pitchers don't want to be the guy to give up that home run. And we've been seeing that. And,
right.
And I do agree. Like you said, he's at 60, and now the pressure's starting to build up a little bit. Now he's starting to chase a little bit. But if you watch these pitchers, they're giving him breaking balls low and away all day long. They're not getting him. He's not getting nothing good to hit. And so I think that might make him struggle a little bit to try to get the Triple Crown. I hope not, because I want him to get that Triple Crown. But I do think he gets the home run record, and I hope he gets it soon, because if he gets it soon, then I think he'll get the Triple Crown. But if this home run record drags out another 4 or 5 games, I think that starts jeopardizing his chances of getting the Triple Crown. But if he can get the home run record here in the next couple of days, I think he might free him up, and his batting, and he might start hitting the ball a little bit better and get that Triple Crown.
You know, Pujols was known as saying that when they asked him about hitting home runs, he said, "I don't try to hit home runs. I just try to put a good swing on the ball, or try to make good contact with the ball. And if it goes out, it goes out. If I get a base hit, I get a base hit." But he doesn't try to get a base hit or that. He just tries to put a good swing or a perfect swing on the ball. And I think if Aaron Judge would not focus on the Triple Crown, not focus on the home run record, but just focus on putting the bat to the ball quality-wise, I think whatever records are going to come his way will come his way. But I think he's just trying so desperately for the home run or whatever that it's jeopardizing both. And let's be honest, in my opinion, the Triple Crown is more important than a home run record, because very few people have ever gotten that Triple Crown. I mean, that's like the Mecca of Mecca. And plus, too, if you're in the Triple Crown, that means your RBIs are good, your average is good, your home runs are good, which all translates into wins for the team, whereas trying to get the home run record is just more of the individualistic thing.
Hey, Jay, guess what? I just answered the call.
Hey, and by the way, you got a little wing sauce on the edge of your mouth. I know you be eating them wings over there.
Hey! Speaking of that, though, I can use some. Though, might have to hit up Harold's.
Oh yeah, Harold put some of that lemon pepper on there.
That lemon pepper.
Yeah, man, I had some wings. Hey, I had some wings last night that had that Memphis rub on it, and man, was it good! Oh,
I like Memphis rub too. But if we go to
Chicago,
Chicago,
wrong with ribs.
If we go to Chicago, it's going to we go to Harold's every time we're in Chicago. We usually stop at Harold's before we come home, before we head home.
You got to stop at Harold's.
Do you get them? Do you get those wings with sauciness, or do you get them a little bit dry, or how do you get your wings?
Oh, you gotta let them sauce that thing up, man.
But do they come out sauced up, or do they come out
these ain't no
dry?
buffalo wings, right? So they gonna fry the chicken first.
These are whole wings. They fry them and then they give you sauce.
They gonna fry you up. You tell them I want it fried hard. Then they put that thing down there with them fries, and they be like, "What you want on it?" You gotta say hot sauce, mild sauce, lemon pepper, salt and pepper. Boy, hook that thing up, boy. Delicious.
Oh damn!
Hit them with that. They give you that good. They give you that good Aldi white bread.
Hey, let me ask you guys a question real quick. Do you remember back in the day when you would go to a Hooters? Hey, you would get the big whole wings, right? Like you go to Hooters, they got the full wing like you're talking about. You go to Hooters now, you don't see that anymore. They went to these small little wings.
They give you the wing.
The more wingettes.
Yeah.
We call them the wing dings.
I don't understand. Like, what did Hooters like? What were they thinking? That was like their bread. That's why I love going there.
Money.
And now it's like,
but I think with Harold's always been like that, bro. Like, I'm telling you, bro. Like, growing up in Chicago, bro.
Jay, if you're in Chicago, you gotta get some Harold's chicken, man. You won't go to.
I remember. No, I'll remember. I'll be to Chicago again. I'm gonna come visit Rob. Find out where he is.
Come holler at me, bro. We go up north. We go drinking. We go catch up with my boy.
Hey, you let me know. I'll go to Chicago the same time.
Hey, that's fine, man. Look, all I need is the protocol of what color to wear, and we there.
You know what? Chicago don't do colors, bro. You fine. They won't bother you. They'll bother me before they bother you.
Man, listen. When I go to any place that I feel might be unsafe, I typically will just like let a lot of saliva just come out of my mouth, and then I walk because I feel like if somebody sees you like that, they're not gonna mess with you. They'll be like, I know what that boy got.
No, man, but I'm gonna tell you though, man. Like I say, man, Chicago. Look, this is what I tell everybody about any city. If you go to the hoods, then yes, you're gonna run into some stuff. But if you kicking it, like what people kick it, you're gonna be fine.
Look, all I know is I flew to Chicago.
People go bowling all the time in Chicago. We go to the bar. I actually gonna be catching up with some old co-workers that I used to work with when I was in banking in November. Right. We going out to a bar, shoot some darts, listen to some music, have fun. You can have fun in Chicago. It's like I always say.
All I know, Rob, is this.
If
I've only been to Chicago once, Rob. But listen, my wife, my ex-wife, her mother had an apartment there in Chicago, and I flew in. This is 1998. 1998. I flew into Chicago. She picked me up at Midway Airport.
Yeah. And
we drove to her mom's apartment. She said, "I'm gonna take a shortcut." And all I know is I saw Cabrini Green. And this is 1998, and she's in a little Honda Del Sol with the top down, and she came to a light, and everybody was looking at us like they was about to hijack us, and I'm like, man, I don't know why you stopped to keep this shit going. They about to kill us.
It ain't nobody say nothing to you,
bruh. No, they stared at us. Hey, they looked like they was about to.
Everybody, I mean, no, that's Chicago for you. I ain't gonna lie to you. We'll stare at you. We trying to figure out who you is, what you want,
what you want.
You never seen but you know what it is though. It's a part of survival too. Trust me. If you come on my block, I can tell you every car outside and who it belonged to. I can tell you when a car. No, that's a new car. That's a new car.
Yeah,
this car. They probably over here coming to visit somebody.
Right. Yeah. I know,
it's a survival technique.
when we pulled up to the light, we were playing Stone Temple Pilots plush, and when we got to the light, it vastly switched over to Ghetto Boys. I ain't a motherfucking gentleman or a nice guy or a good fella. I'll straight up tell you. And I'm telling you, I started popping my head back and forth,
There you go. They're like, oh, that's one of the Cuzzos. What's up, Cuzzo?
I put that Dirty South Ghetto Boys on them, and then they kind of look befuddled, like, the fuck is this?
Nah, man, I love my city, bro. Chicago, one of the best cities in the world.
Oh,
bro.
every time I went there, I've had fun.
One of the best cities in the world.
I hate to drive from here to there because
I get it.
Where
Drive and
I
park.
live, from where I live, you got to drive like 40 miles south and then go back north. That's the best
you
way.
You got to come south to get to the border and then go back up north.
You got to go down to Indianapolis, which is about a 45-minute drive, and then you go start heading back up north towards Chicago.
Yeah.
And there ain't no good from where I live. There ain't no like just good straight way to get there.
Yeah, I know because I remember how long it used to be. We used to go visit my auntie out there in South Bend. That's how I know about Notre Dame. That's why I was a fan of Notre Dame because when I saw that college and university, I was amazed.
See, Rob, I'm 3 hours from South Bend.
Oh, okay, so you like deep in Indiana.
Yeah, I know where South Bend is.
I'm 40 minutes north. I'm 40 minutes north of Indianapolis here in Muncie, and it's about a 3-hour drive to South Bend.
Got you. Yeah, it's about a 3-hour. It was a 3-hour drive, and we used to love it because we used to be like, oh, we get to see the animals and all the farms and stuff out there. So when you kids, you're like, oh my god, look at the horse. You don't see horses in Chicago. But I love Indy. Every time I was in Indy, I had a good time.
Oh, Indy, especially downtown Indy, because everything's within walking distance, man. It's right there is great. You have the Pacers Stadium, the Colts Stadium, and all the bars. Downtown's real nice.
Yeah, I've been out there in J neck of the woods too. I've been in Texas and in Georgia. So,
I haven't been there yet.
I'll be back in Georgia in December because we got a show out there at the Georgian Convention Center.
Where is that? Atlanta?
Yeah, I'll be out there in ATL for actually almost a week.
When you coming down there?
December 14th. I'll be down there. I already called my cousin and them. I say, bro, I got to go to Magic City just to say I'll be. I'm going.
A couple weeks.
All right.
Couple weeks before Christmas.
Hey, have a happy New Year.
Hey.
Yeah, you go get you live a couple weeks.
Hey. Now I know about Georgia. In Georgia, you can just turn around anywhere and find some good wings. I ain't gonna lie. There was a couple little wing spots when I was out there visiting my cousin in Savannah.
No, Georgia got some wings.
Yeah, I know. Georgia got some good wings.
Bro, no, I feel the problem with, I know in Hinesville, the problem with Hinesville is a lot of their wings and a lot, unless you're gonna be, when I say wings, I'm talking about the mom and pop place, not like BW3s or whatever. But if you go some of the mom and pop places that make wings here, or even barbecue, when you go for barbecue in Hinesville, at some level it has a Jamaican influence. I'm serious. If you go get barbecue, it's almost like a cross between barbecue and Jamaican jerk chicken. And the same thing with their wings. Their wings have a very jerky chicken type feel to it.
And with you being from Texas, you're not going to like barbecue down in Georgia.
Bro, hey,
Texas
it's rough down here, man.
Oh, and then when I was in Georgia, I went to that spot, Old Lady Gang.
Well, what I find is interesting is hey, coming out of Texas, obviously our barbecue is primarily beef based. Not that you cannot probably find pork, you can, but it's primarily beef based. And even the barbecue sauces are different. I've been to Memphis, I've been to Kentucky, St. Louis, Georgia, and when y'all call barbecue in these spots, it's so different than what I consider barbecue.
It is.
It's like
Damien, I ain't gonna say that's the best, but it's fine. It's fine.
Babas?
Babas.
Oh, Babas.
Baba's. Yeah, it's like a little falafel spot. You go out there and get you like some gyros,
And
however you want to say
there's
it.
this little
You get
place.
gyros and stuff like that. But I get the Italian beef. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay.
Everybody don't got Italian beef.
Italian beef. Oh, Italian beef.
Get-
That's the best,
Gotta
man.
get the Italian beef with the hot peppers, put some mild
yeah.
sauce on your fries. It's delicious, bro. It's delicious.
But,
I'm telling you, bro,
so,
Chicago is like the food capital of America.
have you been to
I don't know.
Susie's?
You know what? Hey, the more that we diversify in Houston, because a lot of people come from the north down to Houston. Houston is a mecca of food. I'm telling you. I'm not saying we're the best.
I never heard a taste of Houston, but I've heard a taste of Chicago.
Bruh, they got a taste of Houston. You should. Hey, no, for real. What I'm saying is, you know, Chicago has probably maybe one. I'm saying Houston has so many diverse people because there's so many Northerners now that literally that have come
we
down.
Got all type of stuff in Chicago,
and they bring y'all food to Texas. I'm serious.
So
Texas has
Texas
like if you go to Houston, you can find Chicago-based food because people from Chicago have come there, opened up restaurants, and they serve. I'm saying you can. You know what I'm saying? Like you can. Yeah.
I thought about doing that. I actually thought about like taking Harold's, like taking part of that franchise, maybe purchasing the franchise and going somewhere like down south.
Hey Rob, you ever been to Susie's?
No, what's Susie's?
It's a place that kind of like what you were talking about that has Italian beef. Man, they have all kinds of stuff and they have a bunch of different ice creams and like there are different shakes and stuff.
Oh, I think I heard of that.
And it's open. It's open. Well, it used to be open like 24 hours, but then COVID, I know it's like right down the street from my sister's house. Dude, we walked down there like at 1:32 in the morning, get us a big old sandwich, and a shake, and all kinds of stuff.
No, say Baba's the same way. They sell the frozen lemonade. So you can get like blueberry, regular lemonade, fruit punch lemonade. That frozen, when you get that slushy, that shit be fire. My bad, I don't mean to curse, but it be banging, man, bro. I'm telling you. But it's another spot like you got Maxwell's out here. You know what I'm saying? Little 2-3 o'clock in the morning spot.
You go check out Earl's Barbecue.
Earl's Barbecue, fire. You know
Earl's Barbecue. Anybody named Earl, I'm gonna go try.
If your name Earl, you know how to barbecue. I don't care what they say.
I don't know what it is about Earl.
Small little place, but I'm telling you what, dude. Hey, small little place, but hey, it was real good, man.
Hey, well, I'm telling you though, but yeah, I don't know, bro. Because like when I went to New York, I was like, no offense to Frankie, they food suck. Like it sucked in New York. But I also heard
like New York pizza.
But no, they kept telling me though. A lot of my New York people out there were saying that you were in the touristy part of New York. You got to go into New York to get the good food. So I'm gonna give them a second try. When I go back, I'm gonna leave the hotel and I'm gonna go like out in Brooklyn and Harlem, and I'm gonna go check it out and see what's up, man. But you know,
where the hell are you eating at? The local diner outside the hotel?
A couple little spots around there. Now, they restaurants were good. When we went out for like steak dinners and stuff, that was good. But I'm pretty sure when you get the top 5-star restaurants, they're gonna be good.
And when you didn't go like the mom and pop places wasn't good.
Yeah, the little spots around there. And I thought they would be, like by Times Square and everything. They got like so many stores and bodegas that you can run into. And I didn't want to try like just the McDonald's or the Popeyes or something. I want to see what your food talking about. For what I had, it wasn't all that. But and then of course, they got all the food trucks out there. You know what I'm saying? So everywhere you turn, it's a damn food truck.
Well, shit, there ain't been so much real estate in that damn place.
Man, New York is overcrowded.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that feeling. Like, oh my God, it's like everywhere you turn, it's a lot of people. It's like,
yeah, I always feel claustrophobic in those kinds of spots.
Yes, and Chicago's spacious. Chicago's actually kind of spacious. We not bunched up like that. Like I felt like in New York, I felt bunched up. Like
you know what I remember about Chicago is it takes 2 hours to get from one side of that damn city to the other.
Oh, it's big, bro.
Good God.
Big. When we say east side, west side, north side, south side, we mean that.
No, hey, listen, I had a full tank of gas when I entered that.
About an hour and 30 minutes.
And I had less than a quarter tank when I came out the other end. That's all I remember. Hey, that's what I remember about that damn. I said, babe, how the hell we come into this city in a full tank and we get out the city and we had less than a quarter? What the hell?
Well, you gotta be thinking now, if we talking about deep south side, we going from wild hundreds. That's all the way in the hundreds. And then we talking about if you traveling all the way up north, now you in the downtown area where they don't even have street numbers no more. It'd be like Kildare, and now that's out west, like Kildare and Kedzie. You know, that's when you know it's changed. It's like I'm not on 110th. I'm on Pulaski and Kaminsky or something. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but let's get to our final thoughts here.
Oh yeah, we were in final thoughts. What the hell?
Well, give me your final thought. Let's get out of here.
Two more thoughts.
Hey, I'm still watching this. I'm still watching this Brett Favre situation. I heard that he asked for prisoner labor. That's the rumor I'm starting to hear now.
Really?
That he was asking for prison labor. I think to build a football stadium. They were trying to get Deion Sanders' son to come to their college before he committed to Jackson State. And he was supposed to be building the school or like a gym or something that was supposed to be built out there. And they were like, get prison labor because we can save money on that. Like, what? Like, I'm starting to hear all type of stuff like, oh, they was down there getting it in Mississippi. Y'all didn't give your boy a cut. Y'all, wow.
How the hell Brett Favre don't go to jail? I'll never understand.
I don't either, bro. If he doesn't see any prison time, and I don't want to say that because I never want to send anybody to jail. Like,
oh no, I'll send your ass to jail if you taking money out of poor man's mouth. Yeah. No, send his ass to jail. Hey.
I love Jay, boy. Jay stands for honor.
Hey, Jay, do you have anything before we go?
Yeah, let me tell you something. First one on the telephone, the other one's always going to jail. That's how real life works. I don't know how Brett Favre can get around that BS. I don't care how much money and fame and notoriety you think you got. They'll make a Brett Favre wing in prison just for you.
Oh, God. Hey, I got to put that on the shirt. Whoever gets to the phone first. Lord Jesus.
Don't forget, we'll be live here in about 15 minutes with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Also tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, don't miss Unscripted. You can find it on the Unscripted at Facebook or on All Sports All Plays, ASAP Sports Network. 7 p.m. Eastern on Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. So join us tonight for that. With the crew over there with Jay McLovin and Logan Landers and Frankie gonna be on tonight? Or he
I don't know. Frankie on sabbatical with his baby right now.
I'm honorary unscripted family. Like the honorary ooze. I'm honorary
hey,
unscripted.
Listen. Hey, real quick. Tonight on Unscripted, we do an NFL recap, college football recap, Crowder sitting out training camp, and only one baseball topic, Rob, and that's where do we rank Pujols among the baseball greats. Everything else, yeah. So we're pretty much doing football recaps and college recaps and stuff like that.
So make sure you join us for that tonight. I want to thank everybody for joining us today for the ASAP Afternoon Blitz, and we will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern. Be safe.
Get out of here.
All sports, all plays. Yeah. All sports, all plays.
Hey, we're gonna see if Rob can name two wide
sports, all
receivers.
plays. 365, we're making up plays. You talking the game, get you through the days. We're high in the court, the dime in the lane. Variety topics, living the same. All presentation, sports information. Hitting the airways, taking the nation. All sport, all plays, like working your faces. Grace at the field, so tie the laces. All sports, all plays.